Hey, welcome back to Adam's Brick Reviews. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build the Venice set here from Make It Blocks. Now this one is $3, although I think it's going up to $5. It's 181 pieces and it looks like that. So let's get started. Okay, here are the parts for step one. If you need to see this a little longer, just pause the video. I'll do this for all the steps. So let's get started here. First, take your 4x6 or 4x8, 4x8. I can totally count. And I'm building on a base plate just because that'll make it a little easier for me. So I'm just gonna snap that down a little bit. There we go. And you don't have to build on a base plate, obviously, but it helps hold everything together, at least with this first step. Take your 2x4, put it next to it. Your 2x6. Right here, drag this over so we can still see everything. There's that. Adjust my lighting. There we go. And then in front of that, you're gonna do this one that has the studs coming out of the front. And that'll just go right there. Now that everything's gonna be held in place, it'll be easier to do the rest of these steps. Before I keep going though, there are 10 of this little tile that you're gonna use. One of them has writing on it. And if you're like me, you're gonna wanna hide that writing. Let's see if I can find it right there. So it has, you know, the normal Greenbrier International writing. The best place to hide that is going to be right here. So there's gonna be this square and then that in the very back. I'm just gonna do that now so that it's easier to hide later. Okay, so now put on a tile next to that one. And then a tile here. And then a tile there. So you're making this little square in the middle of the tiles. And then along the right edge, you're going to take the one with the jumper. You're going to do 2 of those. Now let's go to the other side for these other tiles. So they're going to be tile here, tile here, tile here, tile here, then there's going to be a 2x2 tile right next to that, and then 2 more 1x2 tiles, which will connect all of this together. Now, these are the pieces we still have left. This one is going to hook right on the front here. This is what's going to actually hold the name. I'm not going to put that on yet. I'm going to actually set this aside and put it on last. Because you can't really, well, maybe I can put it on. No, you can't put it on when it's hooked to a plate. Plus, this gets a sticker, and I always end up taking it off to put the sticker on anyway. So I might as well just toss it to the side until I'm ready for the sticker or decal. So the rest of these, we have the 2x4 brown that's going to go right in the back here. One of these ones with the 2 extra studs is going to go right there. The longer brown is going to go right here next to that. This will go here, and this little 2x2 square with studs will go down in the hole. So that is it for step one. There are a lot of pieces in step one, so hopefully you got that okay. Now let's move on to step 2. Okay, here are the parts for step 2. So let's go ahead and tackle this little green box first. So we're going to be putting 2 of these little 1x1 bricks together. We're going to do that 4 times. So we're going to end up with 4 stacks of 2. Okay, 4 stacks of 2. Now take your stacks of 2 and put them on each corner of this brown. And then you're going to take these, one's a little weird little notch thing, put the notch facing inward and put them like this across from each other all the way down. Okay, now that those are attached, you're going to take 5 of these little 2x2 browns and you're going to line the entire top. So just start on an end and go all the way down. Just like that. Now on top of these, each end is going to have a 1x2 plate. And then you're going to put the remaining 4 2x2 plates next to each other, just like that. So that is it for step 2. Let's move on to step 3. Okay, here are all the parts for step 3. Let's go ahead and get started building. So you'll see there are 2 green boxes this time. So let's just start with this first one here. So we're going to take one of the 2x3s. We're going to take 2 of these little wedges, and they're just going to go there and there, right in front of each other, high part back for both of them. Next to that, take one of these round plates, and just put it right there. On top of the round plate will be a dome. On top of the dome will be a cone. Nope, I missed something. On top of the dome is one of these little round stud things, and then the cone. So that's what you get with the first green box. Now let's do the next one, which is really the same thing, just the wedges are on the other side. It's like there. And then right behind that, there we go. It was kind of hard to get on right now, not sure why. But there's those, and then the plate, the dome, the round piece, and then the cone. And we'll set that down over on this side. Now, we want to take these 2x2 squares, and each end is going to get 2 of them. So there, and there, there, and there. So there's just the little dip in the middle. And then we're going to take these little wedges, the rest of the wedges, and each end will get 2 with the higher part pointed towards the center of the building. So that, and then on the same thing on the other side, there, and there. Knocking pieces everywhere. There we go. Okay, now the pieces we made from the green box are actually going to go right next to it. So that one will go on this side, and this one will go on this side with the green wedges towards the center. So that is what we have at the end of step 3. Let's move on to step 4. Okay, here are all the parts for step 4. Now let's pay attention. On step 4 we have these 2 different types of bricks that look very similar, but you'll notice this one has the little lip on it and this one doesn't. So let's make sure we use them in the right place. There are 2 of each of them in this step. So to start with, we want this kind without the little lip. put it forward, take one of the smaller of the arches and put one side in there, just like that. And then you want to take this one, the 1x2 that has the studs out the side, under that, and then the big arch right next to that. The other side of the big arch will get another one of these 1x2s with the studs out the front. And then the small arch, and then, you guessed it, the other one of these 1x1s with the stud out the front and no lip. And then on top of these ones that have the little lip are going to go right above the small arch, like that, with the little lip facing away from the big arch. You're going to do that on both sides. Just like that. And then between them, right next to each one, is going to be one of these with the 2 holes in it. And then this piece here, this little like wall piece, will go right there. And that is the end of part 4. Now let's move on to step 5. Okay, here are all the parts for step 5. Let's start by taking the 1x2 plates, put them on each end like that. And like that. And take the 2x2 plates, and do the same thing but on these doubles in the middle. And then let's take these 1x2s with a little like grill in it, and they're going to go up and down on each of those. So there, there. Helps if I put it on the right direction. There. That one, this one, and this one, which gives really cool detail. And then we're going to take these little teeth. Each end is going to have one sticking up. Like that. And then you're going to take the other 4, and you're going to take the stud and stick it into these holes with the tooth facing up. So, like that. In all 4 holes. Should probably try to make it as straight as possible, but it's not that big of a deal. There we go. And done. Okay. And then lastly, we just have these 4 wedges, and they're going to go there and there with the tall part facing backwards, like that. So just right behind where those teeth were pushed into the holes. It'd help if I could hold on to them. Okay, that is the end of step 5. Let's move on to step 6. Okay, here are all the parts for step 6. It's just part 3 and part 5. So it's this main structure and then the thing we just built. And this is just going to hook on the front on these studs. So just push that down. Just like that. And that is it for step 6. Let's move on to step 7. Okay, here are all the parts for step 7. So let's go ahead and start this first green box first. So we're going to take 3 of these little 1x2 browns and stack them. I'm going to take the 2x2 or 1x2 brick with the front facing studs and put it up there. Then we're going to take the other 2 of the 1x2s and connect these pieces. So it's going to go, not the easiest to do, there we go, just put on one and the other. That'll make it easier. So we'll do that, and then we'll connect these two. And that'll just give it more of a solid structure. And the other green box, we're going to take 4 of these little round plates and stack them. That's the first part of this green box. Come on, there we go. Stack the 4 plates and then pop a dome on top. Just like that. Now that the green box is done, let's move on. We're gonna actually combine the 2 green box pieces. So we're gonna throw the dome on top of this brown thing. In the front of the brown piece is going to be this. Can't tell. I think it hangs down, not up. So I think it goes right there. I'll find out for sure in the next step. But we're gonna put the 2 of those on the front facing up and down. Then we're going to throw the flat round piece on the front of it. That's it for step 7. Let's move on to step 8. Okay, here are the parts for step 8. It is just step 6 and step 7. Now this, I was wrong, and it should actually be centered right there. So the things on this, these little studs will actually fit over those little things. And then for all we're doing for this step is sliding this in here. Oops, maybe. There we go, pushing it right down in. So this little circle piece will go behind the wall that we had put there. And that is it for step 8. Now it's time to move on to step 9, which is the next building. Okay, here are the parts for step 9. It is a lot of brown. Don't worry, step 10 is also going to be a lot of brown. So let's tackle the green boxes. So the first green box, we're going to take these bricks that have the little shapes on them. And we're going to want to make sure that we put them in the same direction, because if you look at the other side, they're horizontal instead of vertical. We want the vertical all to be stacked on top of each other, because this is the side of the building. So that's it for the first green box. Now for the next green box, we also have this little white box. So we're gonna do that first because we're gonna need these. So we're gonna take 3 1x1s and stack them, and we're gonna do that 4 times. Okay, now we can actually do the green box. So we're gonna take 2 of these, put them next to each other. We're gonna take 1x1 bricks on top of each stack. Then we're gonna take the other 2 stacks of 1x1s, put them up like that, and then take the other 2 1x1 bricks and pop them right on the top there. So that is it for the green box. So now we want to use some of these 1x2s. So we're going to have 2 facing this way, and we'll use 2 more to connect them together. And then on the back of each side, we're going to put one of these stacks that we had made. It's very unstable, honestly. The front will be this. Make sure the horizontal or the vertical stripes face out. And then we're going to cap it with a 2x2. So that at least will help hold it all together. That is it for step 9. Let's move on to step 10. Okay, here are all the parts for step 10. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to basically do the same thing, just a smaller scale. So we're going to put 3 of these grooved ones on, again, the vertical stripes all together. And then we're going to go 4 stacks of 3 1x1s again. I really wish Makeup Blocks just used more bricks instead of making you stack studs or plates. But that's how they get their piece count up for such a low price point. Okay, there's those. Now we're going to start with 2 of these stacks on the bottom. Put a 1x1 brick on top of each. And then the other stacks on top of those. And then we're going to take the thing we had just made. Then we're going to put these stacks again on the back side of it so that our vertical stripes can continue to be lined up. Then we're going to cap this one with the little 2x2 white. So that's what you made in step 10. Let's move on to step 11. Here are all the parts for step 11. We're going to just be building on top of what we finished here. So start, take 2 1x2 plates, put them across that direction. Then take these weird shaped bricks and put them front to back. Cap it off with a 2x2 brown brick. And that's it for step 11. Let's move on to step 12. Okay, these are all the pieces for step 12. This one should be a fairly simple one. We're going to want to take the 1x2 plates and put them on front to back on both sides of this. And then on top of that, we're going to take this big pyramid thing. And then on top of that, we're going to put one of these cones. So that's what you have at the end of step 12. Let's move on to step 13. Okay, here are the parts for step 13, which is really just parts 8 and part 12, and we are just attaching that. You'll also notice I did disattach that from the base plate using the brick separator that I have from a Lego set, just because now I'm going to be moving it so I can show it more and whatnot. But that's it for 13. Let's move on to 14. Okay, here are all the parts for step 14. Let's follow the little green boxes. So the first one, we're going to take 2 1x1 rounds, put them together. Take one of these posts and stick it inside. Take another round and put it on top. And then this one, we want this little claw. And that's going to hook right on here. Now we'll do the other green box. So again, we're going to connect 2 of these little round ones together. Again, we're going to stick a post through them. We're going to top the post with another 1x1 round, but this time we're going to cap it off with a cone instead. And that will just go right on. Oopsie, whatever. I think I put it on a little further than I intended. Let's pull that out. Okay. Anyway, it goes right there. So that's it for step 14. Now let's do step 15, which is just the decal, and I'll need this. Okay, here are my parts for step 15. Let's go ahead and get this peeled. And I cannot stand decals, so we will see how this goes. Of course, my camera doesn't want to focus on it. Whatever, it's going to be unfocused of me putting my decal on because it doesn't want to focus on it, and I don't blame it. Decals are awful. Good enough. So there's the decal. Just slap it right on or knock it under, that's fine too. And there we are. Okay, so there is the Venice build. Not that hard to do, was pretty fun, looks pretty cool. Very easy to knock this piece off. Let me put that back. Okay, so overall I enjoyed it. hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, tap that like button and subscribe so you don't miss new content. As always, have a great day.